This is the plaintiff, Lorenzo Daliana. He says his ex-wife, the defendant, a tough woman and a bit of a bully, won't pay him back for an expensive meat slicer he got for her. She was in dire need of this slicer to keep her restaurant afloat. Can't believe she's trying to stiff him and is ready to fight tooth and nail for what's right, so he's suing for the $2,150 he's owed. This is the defendant, Rose Gardino. She says he loaned her the slicer, has told him to come pick it up for months. He won't and is just trying to torture her for some reason. The guy's a nut. She's going to win today, and that will be the end of it with the plaintiff, once and for all. She's accused of slicing up an ex.
Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas. You're welcome. Okay, Lorenzo Daliana, you are suing your ex-wife, Rose Guardino, doing business as Divine Cafe?
Yep.
Okay. For $2,150, most of it a meat slicer that you say you bought that she was supposed to pay you back for, and the rest in lawyer fees and some items that after you split up you say she took and shouldn't have. What's going on?
We used to be married.
How long were you married?
2 years.
Okay. Do you have children together?
No.
Okay. So go ahead.
Officially divorced. So she called, let me know she had an event coming up, and it was a large event that she was doing and needed a meat slicer.
What's a meat slicer?
Slice cold cuts, cheese, meats.
The thing that goes like this?
Yep.
Okay.
She wanted...
So you two were still on a friendly basis after the divorce?
Sure, you can say that.
Well, I only want to say it if it's true. What's the truth?
We spoke,
To date?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Did you date?
Oh, did we date? I had a girlfriend at the time. We got together occasionally.
You and the girlfriend, or you and your ex-wife?
Me and the ex-wife.
Got together, what does that mean? Like what I think it means, romantically?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
Anyway, so she let me know that this event was coming up. It was going to bring her about $5,000, and she needed to buy this meat slicer, but was strapped for cash, and asked if I could help her out with a loan.
Did she do that by telephone or by email?
By telephone.
Okay.
So we had a conversation. She let me know that she was prepared to invest about $700 if I could help her with that. I said, well, I'll see what I can do. I made some phone calls, and I found a slicer for her for $1,250. And I called her back. I told her what it was going to be, not $700. She says, well, I think I can do it. I've got this event coming up. I've got 2 more coming up later, $1,000 each one. So I'm thinking, okay, great. She's got money coming in. I'll get paid back, no problem. Phoned the guy up, paid for it on my business credit card, and had it delivered to her place of business, invoice in her name so that she had a record for herself as a business purchase. And that was it. She was happy. We got together.
Let me see the invoice. She was happy we got together.
She was happy with with the purchase that she had. She did her event. I'm assuming she got paid.
When in relation to this purchase did you, quote, get together?
Prior to this, did we get together? No.
How about after that?
Yes.
Go on.
We got together, I think it was that Saturday after her event was done. She offered me up $600 as a partial payment that evening. I thought, you know what? I'm not mixing business and pleasure. We're here, we're doing something very different.
Because then you would feel sort of like a prostitute, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I said, no, I'm not taking the money.
Well, I'm not sure you would be the one, but anyway, go ahead.
So I left that evening, and then a couple days later, I got a phone call saying that she had a conversation with the woman that I had been dating and said, it's a gift now. She changed her whole story about how this all came to be.
Why? What happened in the conversation?
With the ex-woman?
Yeah, the ex-girlfriend.
I don't know what their conversation was. Oh, that she's told her that I had gone over and saw her and had sex with her, and...
So she found out you were two-timing her again, and so she's converted the loan into a gift.
Yeah,
that's
how
your
she
position.
wants.
Okay. What's your version on this? What's going on?
On November 3rd, I invited Lorenzo to come see my newly remodeled cafe. And he did. And it was the first time that we had seen each other.
I take it you're both in the restaurant business? That's,
We are.
Okay.
I own a cafe.
How did you two meet?
He offered me a job. He was newly divorced at the time and had 2 small children. I didn't have my daughter yet, and I took him up on it and worked for about 6 weeks, couldn't stand the job and quit.
In the meantime, you had a daughter with somebody else.
Yep.
So then later on, you got together with him and became his girlfriend?
We would run into each other occasionally. I had heard he opened his restaurant.
Okay.
I visited a few times.
And you had a civil relationship with him after the divorce? No. How did the divorce happen?
We got into a terrible fight the evening that I was packing to move out. He had filed a restraining order at 9 a.m.
He got a restraining order against you?
Yep.
For what?
Because we had been in a physical fight that
No,
night.
but what did he tell the judge in order to obtain the restraining order?
That I was a threat to him and his family.
Yeah, but you can't just say that and get a restraining order. What is it that had happened that you told the judge?
She had picked up a chair to try and assault me with it, and I had to get it out of her hands.
Okay. And when you say we, you and your child?
Yes.
Well, did this happen in front of your child?
All our
Yes, it
children.
did. The chair was a self-defense.
You do realize how unhealthy all of this is for your children, right?
That's why I'm done.
Okay.
And we were
Now,
actually
but
not
when you
married.
say you're done, you weren't really done, were you?
Before I knew about the waitress, yes. When he came back and said he was willing to receive therapy, he was willing to get help for his anger management, when he was willing to change, that I was the most important thing and the best woman that he'd ever been with, yeah, I was interested. I'm Christian, and the marriage means something to me, and trying to give him that opportunity and that chance.
Wait, did that happen before your divorce or after your divorce?
This was before we were filed for divorce.
Okay.
When I found out that he was...
The waitress was while you were still married but separated?
While we were married,
Okay.
yes.
And then, so now the divorce is final, and you still rekindle the flame again after that?
No, I don't. I called him and said, I don't want to hate you anymore. It takes too much effort and energy. I'd like to at least be amicable and be able to pass you and say hello.
So go on.
On November 3rd, he came to the cafe to see the remodel. It was a major remodel. I explained to him I had spent nearly everything that I had on it. He said, is there anything that I could do? He was referring to the fact he had $20,000 saved. He was also in a position of knowing that I had invested several $1,000s in his business, $14,000 into a bar, which he had for 6 months and lost. So I felt when he made the offer of what could he do, and I said, you could buy me another slicer, that he was being sincere, that this was his way of us getting on amicable terms.
I assume that whatever money was owed back and forth was settled throughout the divorce, but you're saying that he just felt guilty because he knew that you had gotten the short end on the divorce?
I filed a
How about the
divorce.
short end on the issue of the girlfriend?
She can have him.
Yeah. How
She
did you
can
find out about
absolutely
the
have him.
girlfriend?
When he didn't answer the phone, I went to the restaurant and I saw them together. My response was not to contact Lorenzo, but was to wait until she was working on Monday night when he was not working. I waited until the last customer left the restaurant and she pulled the close sign.
What'd you do? Like go out there and hold
I
a
just
vigil?
walked up and I said, "Can I talk to you?" And she was grateful. She was very grateful to find out about the
And the two of you
situation.
talked for how long?
4 hours.
Oh my gosh. And what'd you do? Compare notes and
We
figure
did.
out?
We did. We
Figured
compared
out that he was two-timing both of you?
several occasions on the same day.
Oh my Lord, that must have been uncomfortable. How did either one of you tell him about that?
I left it up to her. And truthfully, I just wanted him out of my life.
Now, at this point, were you were having relations with him at this point, right?
Yep.
All right. So, but you didn't call him and say nothing?
He actually called me and said thanks.
Before or after the meat slicer, this is?
This is in June.
So that's before
This
the
is
meat
in
slicer.
June. So we go
All
from
right. He calls you and says, thanks for what?
thanks for ruining my situation.
Thanks for ruining my situation. And you
Yep.
say to him what?
You made your bed. Go lay in it.
Okay. So then months pass, you call him and you tell him, listen, I just renovated this place. I don't want to have bad juju. Let's make peace or whatever. He comes over. He says, what can I do for you as a business warming gift? And you say, I need a meat slicer. And he
I
says, I'll get you a meat
specifically
slicer.
said, no strings attached. You understand this
Wait,
doesn't
those
mean-
words were said, no
those
strings
were
attached?
no strings attached.
You said that to him or he said that?
I said it to him. No strings attached. Just, I don't owe you anything.
Okay. And he says,
Absolutely not.
and then
Everything's fine until...
he knocks on your door.
Well, actually, I submitted the text message where he sends me an offer that very night after the slicer's delivered. He sends me a text message which was sexually related.
May I see it?
Absolutely.
I don't even understand it.
Right?
No, but you do?
He's asking when can he come over and squeeze me.
Okay.
And that's the night.
Not in so many words, but okay. That's 11:36 p.m. on the day the slicer's delivered. Okay.
Same day.
Okay, go ahead.
So much for no strings attached.
Okay, well, but you obviously turn off your phone, right?
I turn off my phone. He attempts to call me to come by, and I tell him, you need to leave. The Saturday...
Wait. He calls you, and you say you need to leave? He's on the phone.
No, this is preceding days and days. So we get to the point.
You let him into your house?
I didn't let him into my house. I asked him to leave. No, he did not. I opened the door, and the conversation at the porch, he's coming over because his 16-year-old daughter and her friends are partying at his house. He says a few of them are puking. He doesn't want to be there. He wants a place to stay.
One would think that as a parent you would want to be there when your 16-year-old is drinking with friends. I don't know.
He just took their keys to make sure nobody would drive and they would be okay doing drugs and
then
alcohol
they could just die of alcohol
by
poisoning on their own. It doesn't really matter what other bad decisions they make.
I asked him to leave, and he did. Then we get to the 12th, and after a week of him calling and me saying, please stop, he's repeatedly telling me, and I are over. We have no relationship. We're not seeing each other anymore.
That's the young waitress?
That's the waitress. I text her. I say, is he telling the truth? And she said no.
Wait a second. You skipped a really important part, which is you let him into your house and you slept with him.
No, I did not sleep with him, and I didn't let him into the house.
Your email to him says, I can't believe I let you back in, and by the way, it wasn't any good for me. Would you like me to read your email? Because I don't want to read it. Ironically, he submits that email to me on the 14th. And that email is you ragging on his lack of prowess in bed, how you didn't enjoy it, how he didn't think about you, and how it is he likes it, and how pathetic it is the way he likes it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what about that email would make me think that you did not, in fact, see, this is important. Let me explain why it's important. I don't really care what you do with your personal lives. But the reason that it's important is because he is saying that this is a loan. You are saying that it is a gift. I got to make sure which it is. And I need to get into the circumstances surrounding it, because if what happened is you let him sleep with you again and you found out he was two-timing you again, then that might be a motivator for you to make a loan into a gift because you feel like you deserve it because he did it to you again. So I am concerned that you just lied to me right now and said to me, I did not let him back in. I did not let him back in. I said, but you slept with him. No, I did not. I've got an email that says otherwise.
Do you have the date on that email?
Yeah.
Thank you.
November 14th.
Because it's the 12th that I call his girlfriend?
Listen, you clearly slept with him before you called the girlfriend and found out he was two-timing you again. Because in this email, what you say is, I never said I would pay you for your gift. I was fooled by thinking there were no strings attached. You came over at 1:30 in the morning while your 16-year-old and her friends were drunk at your house wanting sex. Mm-hmm. And then you claim that you made him leave. But that's not what your email says. I gave in, feeling threatened by you in the past. I called young waitress to tell her what you have been saying. But none of this means I owe you for a gift. I really don't care the outcome of your relationships or life. You wanted to help me by buying me a present. Next time I will see through the disgusting way you go about getting. By the way, it was terrible for me. Did you ever think of getting me blank? If your idea of sex entails I'm not going to read the rest of the sentence. Now, how can you look me in the eye and tell me under oath that that's not what happened when I have your email that says it's exactly what happened? And then after that, you called young girlfriend and found out from young girlfriend he was still two-timing you, and that's when you sent the email.
I guess it's a definition of sex, and to me, to have him
Thank you,
come
President Clinton.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you ever loan money to your ex?
Never.
Why?
Because he would never pay it back.
Well, is it just because you have a lousy ex, or is it a bad principle?
Both.
What do you think?
I think it's a bad principle to do that.
Why?
Well, because, you know, if the person doesn't like you in the first place and I don't like that person, why would I ever loan him money?
But you could have a good breakup.
Doubtful, but maybe, if you're lucky.
You're one of the types that doesn't have good breakups.
You
I get it.
broke up for a reason.
I get it. Going inside the courtroom.
For him to come into the house and display...
And what? Except for that in here you say, do you want me to keep reading the email?
No, I know clearly what's in that email. I guess it's embarrassing.
Look, the guy is a
it's
pig.
Embarrassing.
Stop, stop.
You're right.
The guy's a pig.
You're right.
All right? He's a pig. He's
You're
a
right.
pig. He's a pig. Stop dating him. You know, at one point, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I've believed him, and I've made that mistake.
You know what?
And I hope that
I don't doubt for 1 second that he expected that the favor of getting that slicer to you and loaning you the slicer and fronting the money for you to get that slicer, I don't doubt that in his mind there were strings attached to that loan. I don't doubt it. And even if it wasn't like strings attached in a pure prostitution sense, it was strings attached in a she'll be grateful sense. So I'll get back in her life sense.
I agree.
You know? I mean, I think that is what that was. But that doesn't make a difference. The issue for me is one thing. Were you supposed to pay him back or weren't you? And I believe that you were supposed to pay him back, but felt like you didn't have to because he's such a pig.
And
that's not how it works.
I never said I would pay him back.
As far as all this other stuff that you have magically added in, none of which was in any of your emails about her owing you, because this is just leverage for you. Everything is leverage for you.
Your Honor,
Stop. The bar stools, lawyers' fees, stainless steel glass, stuff that you had clearly given up and now you're throwing in just for leverage, that goes down the wayside. As far as the meat slicer, pay the man $1,250.
Thank you.
So the defendant will be paying back for that slicer. Come on in here. You got sliced up in court. What's your feeling here?
I think the judge said it best. He's a pig. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much sums it up.
And you just can't get over him.
Oh, I'm over him.
I mean, it seems like you keep letting him back in time after time after time.
Lie after lie after lie.
Well, you keep letting him back in, right? Into your house, into your life.
That'll be the last time.
You're done with him now.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what you're telling us here?
Absolutely.
And we can believe that. All right. You head right down there. We'll see. All right, so come on in here. How do you think you looked?
I like a pig. Mm-hmm. I got my money. Justice was done. It's all good.
Okay, so oink for us and head right down this way. If that's good enough for you. Okay, fine with us. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? Loaning money to anybody is dicey, but when you do it for somebody, to somebody that you haven't gotten along with in the past, I am telling you, these folks are right. You are asking for trouble. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.